Sunday, July 29, 2018. Wanted to do a real quick video, really of the week. I don't really have anything particular for this moment to talk about, but I had a fairly decent week, and I've got my calendar in front of me so I can look at it so I won't miss anything. But through this week, had an interview with a prep interview, I guess, with an Anastasia, who Betsy referred me to. Anastasia is a health coach like Betsy. She works full time, so is trying to be a health coach full time, and focuses on anxiety and depression and how that can be improved with good eating, healthy eating. And Betsy told her my story, and so she wanted to talk with me and see if I would want to do an interview with her and her 700 or so members of like a Facebook group on Facebook Live type thing. So anyway, so we talked this week, and she's a what's the right? So she's not warm and fuzzy. She's very direct and to the point, like her. You really like her, but she was very direct and to the point. Really didn't want to hear too much about my story. Maybe Betsy had told her enough. So she didn't really want to hear it. She just pretty much wanted to find out if the technology I have would work so that she could interview me live, and, you know, what my schedule was and whatnot. So we set that up, made that work. But unfortunately, all I have is tablets. I have a laptop, but it hasn't worked in a really long time. So the tablet worked initially, but then broke down several times. So that's not going to work. So I'm working right now on having somebody from church try to help me fix my laptop so I can do this. And if that doesn't work, then I'll see if I can borrow one from somebody. So that was just quite interesting. And then I heard back from the doctor who I met at a wedding. She was intrigued by my story and wanted me to come on her show. She's got like 2 TV shows. No, I mentioned it in another tape, so it doesn't really matter. But so she definitely wants to do it. She's discussing with her co-host, you know, when we can fit me into their schedule and go up and tape it. So I'll hear back from them about that. So that was good to hear back. I met with Laniel and Gordon. That's the older couple who I've talked to over the past couple months. They approached me after I did a talk at Sacrament about love one another. They also are aware of my health turnaround. And so Laniel's has Parkinson's. They're both hitting 80. Gordon's health is failing. Mary knows them well over the years. And Mary sees Gordon's health is really failing, and he's the caregiver to Laniel. And Laniel's in a wheelchair, and her health is really failing. So met with them this week, and they have really I've sent them a lot of emails. We've had lots of conversations. I met with them with Mary at their house last month, and they're kind of just really pushing things off, mostly due to like cost of going to True North, which I believe is the best option for them. They've got to go into an immersion program, and I know that will help them. I know the both of them can turn this around. I really feel strongly about that, but the cost seems to be an issue. So anyway, so we met this week, and it turned around. My prayers were answered. It went from them just wanting me to come and cook for them and give them recipes and show them what I do, which at this point in their story is not going to be helpful. They're not going to be able to turn that around quick enough that way. So lots of conversation, lots of tears, lots of joking, lots of things happen. I was there for several hours. It was awesome. It was really awesome. So at the end, I had asked her to do 2 action items instead of just, well, you know, we'll just pray about it some more and think about it some more. And, you know, there were things that I needed to provide to them. And I was like, no, we need to take action. We need to act. You know, time is of the essence here, you know, and I shared with her a story about how it pained me that I didn't get well before Mom died. You know, that I know that Mom knows up in heaven that I'm healthy now, but I didn't do it, you know, for the years that Betsy told me. So I kind of really talked about that a lot. You know, that if I had listened to Betsy when she first told me, you know, why don't you try just eating better and conquering your binge eating? You know, had that happen, I wouldn't have had the heart attack or the open heart or the car accident or the seizures or, you know, all the things that have happened. None of those things would have happened. So utilize that. And I think I got through to her because of the 2 action items that I asked for them to do. She called me after I left when I was driving home, and she said she had called, made an appointment with their primary care physician, and it's one doctor for the both of them. And they'll get in there and then sign their release for their medical records to be released to True North. So I'm excited about that. And then I'll also on Saturday go over there and cook dinner for them and stay for dinner. So that was a good thing. So we're heading in the right direction that way. What else happened this week? So, you know, just with Mary, I was at Mary's cutting her grass yesterday on Saturday, and got the Skag mower stuck up on the hill, and the grass is super high there. She hasn't let me cut up in that area of her 5 acres all season, and I've been really worried about that, so she finally did, and I got it stuck up there. There was a divot, there was a little dig in there that I couldn't see, so it got stuck. So we wound up having to call her son-in-law. A lot of things happened. I cut the grass. Yeah, anyway, so he's thinking we would have to get chains and everything and get other people up there to help pull it out. And I said, Jason, buddy, come on. Look at my muscles. Come on, we could do it. And we wound up being able to lift it up and out, which I love that stuff. I love being able to show some guns. So that was really fun. I had a blast. And then had an opportunity to talk to him and just tell him how much Mary means to me, how much I love her. And so we had some really nice, tender talks about that. And then Mary and I spoke for a while when I was done, and she wanted to see if I could go the next day on Sunday, instead of going to our church services, to go to Jason's. Jason is the husband of one of Mary's granddaughters, who Mary's very close to. So that's what we wound up doing today on Sunday. So we went over to the Westchester ward, and there were two twin young men who just came back from their missions. They're gone for 2 years on missions. Wow, powerful listening to missionaries when they come back. Very powerful talks that they give, and it was. So it was a great experience. It was fun to kind of be at a different ward. So we had a good time. Mary, of course, is the rock star that she always is. Everyone's excited to see her, and so it was great. So a good week. Got some things going on, and just wanted to document that. And today's Jimmy's birthday. Happy birthday to Jimmy. And Hugo had sent him a birthday message. And although Hugo is a little sleepy right now, we'll send Uncle Jimmy a little birthday hello.